This NBA season, every shot you take with Fanatic Sportsbook puts points on the board. Earn up to 10% fan cash on your bets, win or lose. So even if your bet misses, you're still scoring fan cash, which unlocks exclusive rewards like authentic apparel, game tickets, and meeting legends at Fanatic's events. Make the switch and turn every bet into a bucket with Fanatic Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-522-4700. MD visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app.
Adobe Radio. The future of alternative. This is Tess Miles.
And now your automotive expert in charge, Nick Miles.
I am excited that the summer is on its way. Spring is here. Summer's on its way because I can actually drive with the windows open now and not get rained on. Welcome to this week's show. I am your Turbo Traffic Titan along with Trish. She's our dashboard duchess. And Marconi's here all the way from Chicago, the backseat treat eater. Why the backseat? I want you to sit in the front seat and eat treats.
Sometimes I like to sit in the back.
All right.
Know? It's quieter back there. The only problem I don't like is sitting in the back when somebody has music on and they're trying to have a conversation with you and you can't hear a thing they're saying. That's annoying.
Yes.
But but then you can eat more treats without somebody eyeballing you the entire time.
Marconi, are you eating the homemade crackers that you've been making?
Oh, yeah. I just shared with Trish I was making homemade crackers.
And how did that work out?
They're fantastic.
Now you have to buy a car vacuum, right?
No, not in the... Well, no, I'll carry a bib with me at all times.
One of those rubber bibs that just catches everything
rubber
that falls
bib.
out of your mouth.
Put that on. So I'll bring a snack pack of homemade crackers. You'll love it.
Those I got a free car vacuum. I took a trip to Korea with Kia, and they gave me this car vacuum.
Seems like a long way to go just to get a vacuum.
Yeah, well, it's not why I went.
You can order those on Amazon.
I have to tell you, I didn't even know I was getting it, but it's a little one. I would say it's the size of a coffee travel mug. So it's very small, and it like written on the box on the outside is the most powerful engine of any any car vacuum. And to be honest with you, I've never taken it out of the box, but it would be maybe I should just send it to you so you could vacuum up all the crumbs that from your treat eating in the back seat.
I like things that suck, so of course, absolutely.
It's got the most powerful engine in there.
After all, your headquarters used to be Sucky Central, right?
That's right. That's right. Nick remembers.
I do.
It's funny because I was thinking about this, Nick. We were watching The Pit the other night. Yeah. And Trish and I are big fans of The Pit. Mm-hmm. And the one thing they show is, first they show an ambulance running into a motorcycle. But, Dr. Robbie has a lot of problems. And he's trying to get out of town. But he's always riding his motorcycle without a helmet, by the way.
So bad.
And he kind of, I don't know what's going on with him, but they're obsessed with the motorcycles. And it's the only thing that's featured for as far as vehicles on the show. And
motorcycles are super sexy. They're a thrill to drive, but they are super dangerous too. And even
you have two, though.
I have multiple. But after riding motorcycles my whole life, or for the whole second half of my life, I guess, I have a new appreciation for how dangerous they are. I would never let anybody get on a motorcycle unless they had taken a motorcycle course. And I always say it's really good for drivers to take the motorcycle course because you have a better understanding of how it works. I think that's...
Now, if you're a doctor and you're not wearing a helmet,
well,
what is that saying?
We call them donor cycles for a reason. That's all you need to know.
But if somebody is a doctor and they've seen, because you used to say, I'll never ride a motorcycle after being a paramedic.
Yeah.
Because you saw too many things.
Yeah.
And a doctor sees too many things.
Yeah.
What would say, like a character like Dr. Robbie on The Pit drives to work not wearing a helmet.
Where's the Pit base?
Does he have in Pittsburgh?
And so I'm presuming Pittsburgh is a no helmet required state.
I guess so. Yeah.
One of the problems I have, we could get into this and have this discussion, is when you don't wear a helmet on a motorcycle, not only, I mean, you obviously don't care about your life, and ultimately it's much more thrilling not to wear a helmet. You get the wind in your hair, that type of thing. But imagine the person that has to deal with you in a healthcare facility for the rest of your life if you come off. Or imagine how your family is going to feel. I mean, I think it's a very selfish thing to do. But, who am I to judge?
So, Trish, now, based on what Nick just said, do you think Dr. Robbie is suicidal?
Well, watching it, I am worried about him. That has crossed my mind. Yes, it has, unfortunately. How about you?
The weird thing is, like, there's this character, this homeless character on there, Nick, called Digby.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Digby.
It turns out he's Skinny Pete from Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same.
I didn't realize that either.
He's like Digby comes in and he has to take a shower because he stinks so bad. They hose him off in the outdoor shower.
Yeah.
And then they give him they prune his nails and clip his whatevers. And then they give him a haircut. And you're like, wait a second, that's Skinny Pete.
Wow.
That scene was so sweet. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it really was.
A guy who needs to be showered in hospital is sweet. Okay.
Well, his character is, but in the care they give him in the show is really sweet. But Nick, you were in that whole world. You've seen everything.
Yeah.
In the paramedic world.
Not everything, but
what was? Now, I mean, without getting too graphic, what was the worst thing you saw involving vehicular problems, crashes and stuff?
I wouldn't relay that. I will relay a really funny story to you. So over my career, I think I have delivered about 9 babies.
What?
Yeah. So I've delivered about 9
Have
babies.
you met any of these babies as adults
yes,
now?
I have. I know one. His name is Gabe. He's about 25 now. I know his parents really well.
What?
It's just a really good, healthy, he's such a sweet kid. And so I delivered Gabe. But here's the thing. So and not to get, this is not as much as a car as this Russian family was on the way to the hospital and they could not make it in time. The baby was coming. So they pull over and they call 911. And we got there maybe 10 seconds after the fire truck got there. And one of my classmates was on the fire truck. And this classmate decided that, what usually happens is the first paramedic on the scene takes control, as it should be. They understand they've been there longer. They understand what's going on. They take control of the scene and they direct anybody else who's equal rank of them, who's a paramedic to help, or the EMT intermediates or basics to do what they need to do to make sure the patient care is maintained. So the baby was delivered in the back of the car. Both of us delivered the baby, and we have delivery kits. And what happens is after a baby is born, there is the afterbirth, which comes out. But as the baby is born, there's an umbilical cord, and your job as a paramedic is to clamp that off and then to cut it. And this classmate of mine, clamped it off with one clamp. And you're supposed to put 2 clamps on there, one each side of where you're going to cut. And she said, she was just about to cut it. And I said, well, hang on a second. And she goes, I know what I'm doing. I've got this. I says, no, I was going to ask, do you want the father to cut the cord? It's kind of a traditional thing. You offer them the opportunity to. A lot of times they don't want to. So you go ahead. This father passed, said, no, it's fine. You guys take care of it. And I was trying to tell her that she should put a second clamp on it. But she wasn't listening to me. She just wanted to do it her way. So I said, can you give me 1 second, please? She said, sure. And I got out of the car and I closed the door and she cut the cord and all I saw was fluid going up the window. And then I opened the door and go, everything okay in here? And I handed her a towel to wipe her face off.
Oh God! Oh my God!
That was probably the last. I think it's the last baby I delivered in a car.
Well, that was enough, right? So you've done 6 different children.
I think about nine kids. 9,
and they're all out there.
2 or 3 were in hospital settings, and the rest were in cars or on the street corner.
Wait, so like a doctor wasn't available at the hospital?
No. In 2 of them in a hospital setting, one, you don't usually have a doctor deliver a baby. It's a midwife. unless the birth is going to be
So
complicated.
you're a midwife? I didn't know that.
No, you usually have a midwife, but the parents asked if I could deliver their child because they knew me. So that was why one was in a hospital setting. The other person gave birth suddenly in an elevator, and I happened to be in the elevator. So
At the hospital?
At the hospital. They were going to labor and delivery, and we were taking them, and they gave birth in the elevator on the way up to the floor. It came really quickly. Nobody expected it. Everything was great. Where better to have a child than in a hospital. But
I didn't know you could have Nick offer, the birth.
Well, there you go. Things that you didn't know. The automotive elite in Portland, I think, listened to the show because I got a text. I got a text from Beaverton Bob. He's listening.
Test
Bob Lanphier, Beaverton Honda, Beaverton Kia. I just found out that one of your friends who's a service tech at Audi listens. Is that right?
Test miles. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You're right. Test miles.
And you met him at a concert, right, Trish?
Yes, we met at a concert.
What concert did you go
shows. It was Lividus, and it was a couple of weekends ago. I went to another metal show last night. Don't get me started, you guys. We'll go down this road.
Stories. She's because Trish is like this nice, cool, chill lady,
mom,
and then
cat,
she
mom.
She loves the Dark Lord metal.
I do.
I appreciate that.
The older staff at Mini of Portland, they listen. Roger, the boss, they all listen. I think
I want everybody to stop right now. What are you doing? You're wasting your lives.
Yes. Get a life, everybody. Stop listening.
Right, stop what you're doing.
If you're an automotive professional, what are you doing? First of all,
what is wrong with you? This is the show you choose.
Second of all, reach out. We're on social medias at Test Miles. I want to know how many automotive professionals are listening.
Test Miles.
Who's retching in the automotive media world? If you're retching, let us know.
Yeah. If you're like, what is this? No, Nick sent a text, our group text today. And I'm in the middle of editing a podcast that he's never going to promote. And I'm like, nobody's ever going to hear this. What am I doing with my life? And I get this, I don't know, it was a Bible verse or something. And it was like, I didn't even know what it was. And it's some question from somebody on what it looks like Test Miles business chat. And it's a screenshot of I don't know, a chapter in a book. And it's supposed to be a question for the show. And I'm like, I don't know how to, do I have to surmise this? Do I have a job?
This person reached out because they were frustrated with a situation. And I submitted it to the accumulator of questions who had the choice of deleting it and telling me to go jump in a river, but I see it as the first question on Ask Test Miles this week.
Yeah, it was literally I don't know, a chapter of a book in a text form. I'm like, first of all, that is illegal, sir. If you're texting us, don't send a chapter of a book in a text. That's an email, okay? Second of all,
frustrated person, that's what they were.
And then, but then you don't text that. That's psychotic. And so then I had to div it down.
That's who listens to the show, psychotic people.
I don't know. I think Nick was just so excited that somebody texted him. I was like, come on, calm down.
All right, so read the question, and I'll do my best to answer it shortly.
I took whatever this was, this chapter of a novel, and I whittled it down to 2 sentences. So here it is.
With your whittling stick.
That's right. My 12-day-old new car got a small tire puncture, and the dealer says it can't be repaired. Do I have leverage for for coverage, or am I stuck paying out of pocket?
No. So here's the deal. He is stuck paying out of pocket. He told us in the email the dealer wants him to put a new tire on the car. Okay. Not the best news ever, but I equate this, and this is how I would answer it. You buy a new pair of jeans from a store, and you wear them out one night and you go to a bar and there's a nail sticking out of the bar and you catch it on the nail.
Are these low-rise jeans, though? Are these low-rise?
Who knows?
Oh, okay. Would you be wearing low-rise to a bar? I don't know. I just want to
mum
getting
jeans,
a
picture. Maybe they're skinny jeans, whatever they are. You get home from the bar and you find a rip in them. You don't know how it happened, but there's a rip in your jeans. Do you go back to the store and say, hey, there's a rip in my jeans?
Yes.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
Oh.
It's considered wear and tear. And
no.
It's bad
but if you go to
news and
Amazon
it really
and you say, it arrived this way, they'll go, okay, we'll send you a new pair of pants. Yeah, but that would be lying.
So I can't endorse lying. That's not nice.
How dare you, Nick? This whole show is a lie.
Yeah, ultimately, I have to say, I will be very honest and open with this. This is a Lexus, and he bought it from a Lexus dealer, and he was upset, and I completely get that. You're upset. It would be unsafe to repair the tire wall, and they wanted $400 for a new tire. Again, expensive, right? But here's the deal. You have to put the same tire as on the other three wheels. Otherwise, your traction will be different. So you've got to put the same tire on there. You're stuck with buying a new one. Now, I have to also tell you this. If the dealer wants to charge you $400 and they're not willing to do anything to help you out in this situation, you've only had the car for 12 days, that doesn't sound like a Lexus dealer to me. Lexus dealers usually, I went to Lexus because I needed my key fob reprogramming because the battery had gone dead in it. I put a new battery in, but it had lost the programming for the car. So I had to go to the dealer to have it reprogrammed. The dealer took my car and took the key fob, and they charged me whatever the price was to reprogram it. It wasn't horrendous. It was $100 or something like that. But they washed my car for me. That's the kind of service that I would normally get from a Lexus dealer. Yes. Now, if they're unwilling to work with you have the right not to shop there anymore. That's your right. As a consumer. You don't have to go back. If you're unhappy with the service, you can go to a different Lexus dealer, or you can go to a third party and have it done. I assure you that
when I go to my Lexus dealer, Nick, they wash and press my pants and they put them in the back seat.
Yes.
It's very nice.
And with snacks.
I've seen the way you show up with those crinkly pants. They should be washed and pressed. However,
I take the pants off that I'm wearing and I hand them to them, and they know what to do.
Yeah. So I will tell you, tires likely came from a company like Michelin, Bridgestone, or Goodyear. You could go back to them and see if there is a tire warranty on those tires. Road hazard and damage, I would say sometimes they're covered for the first 12 months. All I would say is you can go check with those. Goodyear has a 12. Goodyear has a policy for their tires. There are things like customer satisfaction indexes you could fill out. But ultimately, unfortunately, you're stuck. And you don't have to have that tire replaced at that dealer. You can go elsewhere if you're unhappy with what the service that is the beauty of choice in America. You can go to wherever you want. And I assure you, Beaverton Bob would have taken care of you and helped you in any way he could. So
that's true. And it sounds
I'm disappointed.
If you buy a Lexus and a $400 tire is the biggest issue in your life, maybe it's time for a Kia. I'm just saying.
Yes. There is arguments there to say you bought this car that was $50, $60, whatever $1,000, and now a $400 tire is an issue. But there you go. I'm not one there to judge.
No, you are. You should judge. And by that email, the man might be a psychopath. I don't know. Another question for Ask.
Test Miles.
What's your take on subscription features in cars?
It's difficult because certain subscription features make sense. Companies like BMW, Mercedes, or Tesla, they're all chasing the simple goal.
Did you say
Tesla?
Yes, Tesla.
Yes. It's recurring revenue for car companies. As you buy a new car, they can monetize the car for 5 to 10 years, right? What I don't like is
time to dance, Nick.
Yeah.
What I don't like is some of the things.
Commercial, Nick.
Yeah, right. We'll come back with more Ask Test Miles soon. Trish, where do you get your automotive news from?
Test Miles. Test Miles.
Both of you. I was going to ask both of you.
Oh.
I was going to ask both of you.
Test Miles.
Just the general news feed, Trish?
Yeah. I mean, Test Miles. What you send me also.
Oh,
And
I'm your
looking
news source.
through my socials. Like,
Nick,
because,
this
you know,
is the
through my
only time I
socials-
know anything about what's going on with cars is when you're
or in the world,
involved.
period.
Yeah,
You're in your studio all week, just making imaging, nice radio, and then,
I look outside and I see people, because it's getting nice in Chicago, and so that brings out those cars that are really annoying in the downtown area that have the
Loud.
stereos that
annoying
you can
to you.
Well,
Oh,
you can
yeah, okay.
you can hear the stereos blaring, and it's on purpose. It's like you can't ignore it. It's so loud. It's like a concert coming by your house. No, it's not even that. Like you can hear the vocals too. It's not just bass.
Oh wow.
It's like if whatever they're playing was on in concert driving by your house. It's that loud.
Oh, all right, I
And
get it.
they should be that should be. I think it's illegal to do that. But what do I know?
I agree.
But anyway.
All right. Well, here's I'm going to bring you up to date with what's going on in the world because automakers are reshuffling their plans in America, and that's Toyota, Hyundai. Oh yeah, sorry, we got that part too.
If we don't do that, I think we get fined.
Right?
Yes, we do. The
We do.
FCC
You got to
will
let
be all
people
over us.
know that it's actual news.
Automakers are reshuffling their plans in America, like Hyundai, Toyota, Volkswagen, and Nissan. They're looking at really big U.S. investments as they try to reduce the tariff risk. But the industry says it still needs clear trade rules before making its biggest moves. The bottom line, more pressure to build here in North America and more uncertainty about what comes next. But you'll see lots of investments.
I thought tariffs were outlawed by the Supreme Court.
No, I think the Supreme Court canceled one load, and then our fearless leader reimposed another load.
How many loads do we have from this guy?
That's the question everybody wants answered.
I mean, there's a lot going on. I'm sorry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Trish.
Test miles. Oh, my goodness. America's car market hit a speed bump in the first quarter. GM, Toyota, Ford all reported weaker U.S. sales as higher prices, bigger monthly payments, and higher interest rates keep some buyers out of showrooms. SUVs, hybrids, they are still helping, but affordability is becoming the biggest issue in the business right now.
Yeah, I think the average price of a car is $50,000. That's the transactional price. It's crazy.
Incredible.
It's crazy, but I think you'll start to see some relief. I mean, new cars are getting super expensive. New vehicles in America are getting harder to afford for everybody. Reuters reports the average selling price has climbed to around $47,000 to $50,000, largely because automakers keep focusing on bigger, higher-end models and better profit margins that may help car companies. But it's pushing a lot of middle-income buyers out of the new car market. Dun, dun, dun. My
They got a
thoughts
layaway
exactly.
plan.
Yeah. Layaway.
I'm going to need it.
Yeah, right.
If you were hoping, of course, what Nick was saying, if you were hoping the used car market would cool off, not yet. Cox Automotive says wholesale used vehicle prices jumped in March, up 6.2% from a year ago. The Manheim Index hit 215.3, the highest level in nearly 3 years. Translation, used cars are getting more expensive again, just as many buyers are already stretched. I mean,
Nick, what is the
like I said,
Manheim
layaway
Index?
plan.
That sounds like a band.
It's the index where you measure used car prices.
Is it John P. Manheim?
Yeah. John P.
I think
W.
of Manheim Steamroller.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's all right. But
That's
the
the only
Manheim,
other Manheim I've ever heard of apart from the Manheim Index. Maybe the Manheim Steamroller Band actually do the index. Who knows?
Oh, I would probably like it then.
Maybe. Electric vehicle sales are still under pressure as well in the U.S. Cox Automotive says EV sales fell 27% in the first quarter compared to a year ago. Dropping to just over 216,000 units for the first quarter. Market share held near 6%, but that pace is clearly slowing after the end of the federal EV tax credit and no other relief in sight. Although I did notice that Honda had reduced the Prologue is the Prologue price by $7,500. So car companies are trying to reduce prices as well.
What about
Hyundai.
Are they doing okay?
What about Hyundai, Trish?
Even, and I know Marconi, this is just going to be the best because everything I'm hearing and what we're saying, about the EV sales slowing, automakers are still rolling out new electric models. At the New York Auto Show, Kia said it would bring the lower-priced EV3 to the U.S., while Subaru showed a new 3-row EV called Gateway. The message from the industry is clear. Demand may be softer, but the EV launch train has not stopped, which
I love a good soft demand.
Yeah, there are some really exciting EVs on there. Companies like Volkswagen is making major shifts in America. The company says it will stop building their ID4 electric SUV in Chattanooga by the end of April. The move shows how tough the U.S. EV market has become, especially after the loss of the federal tax credit. For VW, the focus now shifts back towards higher volume vehicles like the Tiguan and the Atlas. So some people are getting out of the EV business as much as they can.
Is the Tiguan the one they let customers decide the name?
Yeah, it was a competition
I
by
remember
a German magazine. It was named after a tiger iguana. That's how they came up with the name Tiguan.
No thanks.
Tiguan.
Yeah,
They should. That was a big mistake. I think they should rename it. Couldn't they just name it Tiger?
Yeah, I would think tiger would be much more fun. Or iguana. No, it's too hard to spell. No one would ever be able to spell it.
Or the iguan. That'd be fine.
The Iguan.
Tiguan.
Interesting.
The mixture
tiger
between eagle and iguana. Iguan.
Iguan. Yeah, let us name more things. You're already. I mean, so far you're having a soft, soft demand. Okay. Maybe you need something a little bit different.
What's the best name? What's the best name of a car you've ever come across? I will tell you my favorite one.
I don't know. Like, there's so many.
There's in the UK, I think it's UK, there's a vehicle, I think it's a Ford. It's called the Car, K-A-R, the Ford Car. That was the coolest name of a car ever.
Really? That's it?
Yeah, the Car.
Oh,
Why would you? I'm going to go out to the Car.
I like Jaguar.
Jaguar. I like the way Nick says it.
It's Jaguar.
It's Jaguar.
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 Yes, quite.
Jaguar.
The Jaguar.
There's a soft demand for the Jaguar, but we will get it out there anyway. Quite frankly,
I just drove a new Jaguar that's coming called a Type 00 in England. It was amazing. But guess what?
Can you tell us more about it? Or is it,
yes.
I
No,
never,
I can't. It's on embargo. I can't talk about it till 3 months from now.
Embargo's lifted. The embargo's lifted. At least for how it drove, I can tell you. I can't tell you how it looks.
What, you can't see it?
No, I drove it. The one I drove was all camoed. So, yeah, it was all
what does
covered in
that
camo.
mean?
But I mean, have you never seen a car camoed? It's covered in camo, so you can't tell what it looks like.
Is that on purpose?
wait.
Yeah, they do that so you can actually get a feeling to drive it and stuff, and then they eventually show the final vehicle at a given date. So the one I drove was camo.
Wouldn't it just be easier to let you blindfold it? Just and just like sit in the car?
You'd blindfold the car? Oh, blindfold me? It would be scary driving on a track at 160 miles an hour if I was blindfolded, wouldn't it?
Why are you driving at 160 miles an hour? That's ridiculous.
Well, because I can. That's a silly question.
What's wrong with
If
you?
you can, you do. Yeah, lots of things.
Wow,
Yeah, at least my doctor's writing prescriptions, but I'm not sure they're working.
Do you have to wear pants when you're doing that?
No, I don't wear pants for anything.
Oh, good.
All right, more test miles on the way. You can ask us anything. Do you like it when people ask test miles, Marconi?
Not really.
No.
I wish they would stop. Too many questions. They're all the same. Every week it's the same questions like, hey, do I drive this car? What about cup holders? Is it really? Should I check my oil? Yes. You should do all those things. But you know what?
Yeah.
With just like they say on the pit, if we didn't have people listening, we wouldn't be here. Wait, is that what they say on the pit? They don't say
Something
that.
similar.
Something like that.
All right. You have gathered together some questions from the listeners on social media. That's the at Test Miles on everything.
I love it. I'm just kidding. Of course,
you've
great.
edited them. You put them together. Give me the hardest hitting questions that you have.
I don't know if this is the hardest one.
Test Miles.
What's the best bang for your buck car under $30K for right now?
So I presume they're talking about new cars because obviously that's what I'm an expert in. If you're buying a new car and under 30,000 with a car, I mean, I would say sedan. Like there are, so I'll give you some options. The best bang for the buck, I think, is the Honda Civic. It has been for a long time. This is a car that can do over 200,000 miles. There's a hybrid version that does 49 miles a gallon. It drives better than honestly anything else in the range. It holds value like a Rolex. I think super efficient. So that would be one of my choices. Toyota Prius is another really good choice. You can get up to 57 miles a gallon out of that. It starts at under $30,000. Extremely high long-term reliability. I mean, it's pretty bulletproof again, the Prius. So that's really good.
They have bulletproof Priuses?
Yeah.
I want that.
There's the Kia K4, which I really like. It starts
Just by Bob.
Between $23,000 and $30,000. Uncle Bob, Beaverton Bob, has got them in stock, I'm sure, all the time. If you're going SUV, one of my best choices is the Chevy Trax. It's going to be pretty hard to beat this. It starts around $23,000. It's one of the best vehicles out there for
does it have knobs
under $30,000
or a touch screen?
There are knobs. I believe there is a touch screen too. I'd have to look at what model. So
can you order just knobs only, no touch screen?
No, I don't know. I think once you start getting into specifically wanting certain features, that's where things get pricey, right?
Do I have to go over to Car Toys and have them install a custom knob machine?
If you want to spend the money, you're more than happy to do that. They'll be more than happy to do whatever you want. Honda Civic, Toyota Prius, Kia K4, Chevy Trax, Mazda 3. But at the top of my list is definitely the Honda Civic.
But you didn't say
Hyundai.
You didn't say
I did not. I mean, Hyundai have versions of the car similar to Kia. But ultimately, those would be my top choices if you were going to ask Test Miles for an answer, and that's what you got.
Test Miles.
Thanks, Trish. I love it when you sing at me.
If you could build your perfect car, use parts from different brands, what would you cobble together?
Oh, it would be pretty ugly. Probably the engine from BMW, the B58. I think the inline 6 is my favorite engine. Hybrid system from Porsche, maybe. That's one of my favorites. Battery reliability from Toyota, which I think is, electric motor from, if it was going to have an electric motor from Rimac, that's a really good electric motor. So the result would be a plug-in hybrid all-wheel drive setup with 700 horsepower, instant torque, and actual reliability. How about that?
Can somebody build this car for Nick? I really think he needs to happen. The Franken car.
Base chassis.
I know.
Base chassis, probably an Alfa Romeo Giulia, the Quadrifoglio.
What about the umbrellas in the door from Rolls-Royce?
The Rolls-Royce, yeah. I mean, that would be a great feature. You'd have such a monstrous car when I had finished parts of McLaren, parts of Porsche, parts of Mercedes, parts of Ferrari. It would be crazy.
I think we have to need the Test Miles Franken car. We need to have that.
I don't know. Body, I would probably go for the Defender.
The body, yada, 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 yada. Okay.
It would be, all I can say is it would be a Franken car above all Franken cars that you'd ever seen ever.
Test Miles.
So, what's the most useless button in any car you've ever owned?
Cigarette lighter button? I don't know. Eco mode, maybe.
Do cars still have cigarette lighters?
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Why?
You can get a smoker's package because the 12 volt where you put the cigarette lighter is actually used to power a lot of devices still. So,
Yeah, but
I mean, to be honest with you, ultimately the eco mode saves you like 0.3 miles a gallon.
But do you have to have that thing in your car? Like, you think about it, like that could cause problems. That thing getting real hot, and nobody likes that.
I mean, people still
Were
smoke.
you just yawning in the middle of the show? What's going on with you?
That was like oy vey. That was the Test Miles version of oy vey.
Oh, sure. It wasn't like
Yeah, it was
oy
one of
vey.
those.
Yeah.
Oh God. I mean, heated steering wheel. I don't really use. I think I use it once a year.
Yeah.
I use it every day. I
Heated
love
steering wheel?
the heated steering
Even
wheel.
in the summer?
And heated seats.
Yeah.
Sometimes if it's cold in the morning, but I absolutely, those features for me are a must on any vehicle. The heated seats and heated steering wheel. Because, in the morning you get up, it's cold. You don't want to touch all this cold stuff.
Right. I
those
like
things.
heated knobs, Nick. Can you get that installed? I like to touch a warm knob.
Knobs.
And then,
hear about
what about heated feet?
Oh, you can put the blower down by your feet.
Listen, you keep the blower away from me. Turn that blower
I
away.
thought you liked to be warm.
Oh, my Beyonce? I don't need to have this action. I got to, I've got my wig to think about.
Your wig to keep you warm.
I got to keep it
You can put
pristine.
those
If you
down
get
by
the
his-
blower involved, then my hair is a mess.
I thought your wig was doubling as a hat. I mean, that was what I thought you were going with.
Well,
that,
yeah,
so sorry.
of course.
Test Miles.
What's a car everyone loves that you just don't get?
That I don't get.
Yeah.
Personally, the
Tesla.
the Toyota GR86 or the Subaru BRZ. Everybody seems to love that vehicle. It's like a little two-door sports car. I just don't get it. It's cramped. It's small. Well, Mazda Miata is another one I don't get. Everybody loves a Mazda Miata.
They do?
Yeah, it is kind of like a lot of guys get to like 50 and they'll buy one as like their second car, their summer car. And I'm like, what? I don't get it. Like, I understand that people like this sports car. I never like the drive. To me,
Is it 'cause
there's a
it's,
whole bunch.
An affordable sports car? Is that why it's a
Yeah,
popular one?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I would say Mazda Miata is probably more of the car that, I mean,
I
the
didn't know
car
they still
I
made
love,
those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do you love?
There's cars I love the Jeep Wrangler, and not everybody gets the Wrangler.
What? I love Jeep.
Yeah.
I love what's
The
the other
Wrangler's
one?
fun. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's
the Wrang-
I'm thinking the Wrangler, right? Yeah, the Wrangler.
Yeah. Well, you
It's the
take my
best.
doors off. I love to take my top off in the summer.
We're
Who
thinking
doesn't?
of a different car.
Trish, okay. Trish,
What
you
am
like
I
to take
thinking
your top
of
off in the summer?
when I think of a Jeep? I don't want to take my top
Well,
off.
You mean Wranglers come? I have a one-touch roof in my Wrangler where the roof peels all the way
What
back
am I
to the
thinking of
back.
when it comes to Jeep? The SUV. What is that?
Yeah, the Wrangler. You're thinking
Oh,
of the
it is?
Wrangler.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about like the Jeep. Oh, I'm thinking about the Grand Cherokee. That's what I'm thinking of.
Really?
Is that what I'm
A
thinking
new
of?
one?
I
No,
don't-
I think you're probably thinking of the
The
Wrangler.
new
Everybody
one.
loves the Wrangler.
I just
The
remember,
new Grand Cherokees. A lot of people love the old Grand Cherokees.
I was
the old Cherokees.
I remember I dated someone who had a Wrangler, I think it was, and they let me drive it sometimes, and I actually really
Okay.
liked it. And it was an older car.
I have a 392, which
that
is a V8 engine in it. It's a huge, big engine in my Wrangler, and it makes tons of noise. I love
Bragger.
that thing.
yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
right?
I like something when it's big and noisy.
but you
Sorry.
take the top off of that. That's what I've
Well,
lost.
so that you can take doors off. The doors will you can unscrew the doors and take them off. And
Why
you
would
put,
you
like,
do
half
that?
doors
That's
on.
terrifying.
Because it's fun when you go to the beach and stuff. You drive up and down
It's
the beach. or
really
you
fun when
go-
you fly out of the car and land on the pavement.
Well, you wear
It's
seatbelts.
exciting.
You can get half doors with nets and that sort of thing. It's just
A net.
It's nice. I have a one-touch roof that peels the roof all the way back from front to back.
Why in
It's like a
God's name would you
massive-
want that?
Because you
doing?
get to be in the sunshine and in the beauty of the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, God.
Seriously. All right, more Test Miles at testmiles.com. We'll be back again next week. Thank you for listening.
Follow Test Miles on Instagram. Like and leave a comment or ask a question on our latest post.
At Test Miles.
Give it up for Adobe, everybody.